If you guys didn't know, every Tuesday I do a Metaverse Q&A. Most Tuesdays I come on with a guest. Some Tuesdays I don't. But here we are. I believe this is like the seventh Metaverse Q&A. I decided to move it to IG live, just because the Zoom stuff. First I was on another platform, and then I was on Zoom, and people just get lost in the emails and knowing how to get onto the call. So I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and just do it on IG live. Most of the community in Horizon is on Instagram, have VR profiles and stuff like that. So this will make it way more easier for them to tune in and tap into what is going on. All right. I see we have already got the guests on the live, so I'm just gonna go ahead and introduce her, and just tell you guys, but a little bit about how I came across her and her work and everything. So early on in Horizon, I was busy like building and really like game planning how I wanted to move and stuff, and I started really like seeing like other people names start coming up and everything, and she was one of them. I remember it was a art installation she did with the Better Museum. I believe that is something like that. And I remember going over there because I had heard of her name and stuff, and remember seeing like all the art. And my guy Rupert was there, and I was like, man, I want to put one of these in my world. Like, I want to buy one of these. And he was like, man, I think she sold out. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, I think I got like two of them. And I'm like, man, like, and ever since then, like, I've been trying to get some stuff from her. I remember, she had put up, something like she was selling art and stuff, and I seen her put it up there for like $50, and I hit her and was like, yo, I need three of them, but I did let her know. I think that was a little too low and everything, and because I know I definitely would pay for some quality stuff. This stuff takes time, so still wanting something though. But yeah, if you guys don't know who I'm talking about Angel the artist. She's gonna be joining us. Let me get her on here now. All right, I think I just did it. I gotta bear with me on this. I'm on this phone stuff. What's going on?
It's okay.
Yeah, she got the filter going.
Forever on the filter. What do you mean? I gotta have a filter.
Thank you for joining me.
You're welcome. Just get myself acquainted. Can I smoke on here? Am I allowed to do that? Or should I hold?
You know what I'm gonna do with it, so I mean, yeah, I mean, first of all, I like how unapologetic you are, and I really feel like you're really authentic. Like you are who we see, and you've always been the same. So I appreciate that, because I try to be the same way.
Thank you. I don't really look at it as like I'm trying to stay the same. It's just like this is always who I've been. I mean, I switch up my style. I make it so that it's never really a dull or boring moment with myself. But other than that, it's always been this. It's always been me. It's always just been how I chose to live. And people just, they fuck with it and they just flock towards it. And I'm forever grateful for that.
Right. So I mean, would you like being like, unapologetic and stuff, and just yourself fully, like, Has that helped or like hurt you in Horizon?
I'd say a bit of both. Like on the good side, people see that, like it's no bullshit with me. It's not gonna be me sugarcoating. It's not gonna be giving you any runarounds or whatever. Like, I'm gonna tell you what it is, and it's always gonna be from a place of emotion, of passion, of, maybe not always logic, but it's some of it is in there, at least. And I think when people see that authenticity there, they're just like, okay, I understand this, I can relate to it. And others are just like, I'm upset that she's accepting of her life and her lifestyle, and I am not accepting of that within myself. And they're just, be envious and hate and whatever it is. So I mean, but that you're always gonna get that. So it's just like, it's either you take what you can get with a grain of salt or whatever they say, or just be scared. And I just rather just face it.
Now do you think, like, because I kind of experienced some of the same things, like, do you think it like that goes hand in hand with the success? Like, maybe if you didn't find any success, no one would care.
Absolutely. I feel like if I was just like one of those artists who was struggling to get one like, and they just kept posting, a bunch of people would be under the comments and being like, just keep holding it together. As soon as like you actually start seeing that fame, you actually start seeing financial situations from it and everything, and now people are just like, you think you all that now because you this, you that, da, 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 da. I'm like, I think I'm all that because I've been spending 12, 13 hours a day in a headset. I deserve this. This is what I'm supposed to be getting because I've been putting in so much stuff that you don't even, that everybody doesn't usually see on the front lines. So I think because they don't see all the hard work, all the sweat, all the tears, all the dark days and whatnot, they don't see that. They just see all the highs. So
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
if they understood that better, then they maybe they'd have a more positive outlook on things.
yeah. It's it's hard because I think in Horizon, I try to tell everybody, like, we all are early enough to to benefit off of this thing in some way or another. But you got to put the time in. Like, you literally have to put the time in. I do believe there is some politics in there, you know, but I believe through it all, like, the talent will shine at the end of the day. So I try to just motivate people to just, just stay the course, and obviously, if I'm spending more time with there, if a person is spending more time, they're going to get further. But you know, just being there is cool. So I wanted to kind of build off of that, but I know there's probably some people on here that's never been in the metaverse and stuff. So I want to ask you, like, two dead ass questions. All right, in whichever order you want to go. I want to hear a beautiful lie about the metaverse and Horizon, and I want to hear the ugly an ugly truth. So a beautiful lie and an ugly truth.
All right. Well, the ugly truth is not everybody gonna make it. Like, that's really what the ugly truth is. Like, there's a lot of people that come to me and be like, "Oh, what did you do so I can take that same route?" And I be telling them, like, I can tell you what I did. That doesn't mean that it's gonna work for you. Like, it doesn't mean you can follow every single step that I follow and still not have anywhere near the same results as I did. So
Right.
I feel like people need to make sure that that is a realization for them. A beautiful lie would be, it's all roses and shit in our metaverse. I don't know. Like, it's glitter and gold in the metaverse. That's a beautiful lie.
Yeah, I think I think there isn't a lot of like, if you're not in there, you're not really checking up on, so, um, but and there's even people that's in there that's not on Instagram. That's not like really in tune with the community and some of the movers and shakers in there and stuff. So it's really just a blur. Like the people that's in spades, like they don't care about building, they don't care about creating, they don't care about none of that. They just want to play spades,
Right.
Um, but for people that are interested in growing, and growing inside the metaverse, like I literally, just got tunnel vision. Like I don't really look at too much of what other people got going on, and I kind of don't let it affect my creativity and my ideas. Like I did the like I've been to Golden Hand Worlds. I've seen like the buildings and stuff, and I'm like, man, that's just crazy, Um, but when I had an opportunity to build like skyscrapers and stuff for a client in the Black City world, I'm not gonna lie, I tried to recreate it. I tried to, but it's just not my style. It's just not my style, and and I wanted to. I was like, if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna look like I did it. You know. So just feeding off of that a little bit. Like, what is Angel style? Because I think I recognize your style, but how would you describe your style and your building and everything?
I feel like everybody always asks me this, and I don't be having the right answer. Like, I don't know. Like, I know for a fact I love symmetry. I love geometric shapes. I love black on bright contrast. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I try to dive in all other aspects of like medias from when I'm not in the metaverse. Like when I draw, when I make sculptures, it's always something like very perfectionist, making sure everything, if it's this length on this side, you best believe on the other side it's the same exact length, same exact angle, degree, all. It's never gonna be let's make this one here and then this one all the way down there. It's like that's why I have like such a respect for people who build freehand without snap, because I'm just like, no, everything is.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I I'm telling you, I've seen some really beautiful builds that people were telling me that they only did freehand.
That's not a brag to me though. That's really
It
not a
is for
brag
me.
to me though.
It's definitely for me. I
I,
basically, because I feel like I can't, if somebody snatched away my ruler, my protractor, which is what I feel like snap is for me, like all my worlds are garbage, and without having that ability. So it's just like,
Nah, I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense for it to be there. It literally does. They have the lines on the grids. Uh,
mm,
I mean, I'm happy it's there.
right, exactly what Price said. It takes skill to freehand, and it looks snapped.
You gotta show me something like that. You gotta show me something like that because I don't even know if I probably have seen something, but I just didn't know it was freehand.
Yeah, you thought it was snapped. Exactly that skill.
So I think like I like to compare like styles to like different brands or maybe like stores, and I would say more so stores because you actually get the visual of like you're walking into the store, you feel the brand, like you're inside of the brand. What store maybe in a mall would you compare your worlds to? I got one in mind.
I would say like Spencer's
That's
hot
exactly what
type.
okay.
Like, every time I went to the mall, like as soon as I saw those stores, I was like,
like I needed to go inside. I don't care if I had $1 or $50 in my pocket, I was going inside those stores, and like I didn't have to buy nothing. I'd just be like entrapped with like the one thing that I wasn't like, I don't know, for some reason, like women are stereotyped to like just want to go into all the stores and shopping and all that stuff. I'm like, all those bright lights, all that white detail, it's just like, it wasn't for me. And then I went to Spencer's, Hot Topic, even Hollister and Soho. It's just dark setting, dark walls, just like dark, 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 and then pop of color. So actually, you just made me realize that I subconsciously took that from.
Yeah, yo,
But
yo,
yeah,
it seems
that's
like
how it
I
is.
mean, I really get the
Flowing
like the whole Spencer's vibe from your worlds and stuff, and that's not a bad thing. I think a lot of times like it's cool to have something like something to follow, in this place. Like I've never had a mentor in Horizon. I've never had a mentor in Horizon, and there isn't. I mean, we're like at the first doing it. So I mean, eventually, we are being mentors to other people, but where I look is brands. Where I look is Balenciaga. I look at you know just clean minimalistic type of things and stuff like that. Um, now, if you were to, because people are starting to build worlds for clients and everything like that. What would be like your dream client? Like, man, like I really would kill their world. Not Spencer's though.
um, I would have to say like Demonia, Dark Wolf, like all those like alternative or like e-girl, e-boy brands that are just like, especially Dark Wolf. Dark Wolf is a very expensive brand. Like one pair of shoes is just like ridiculous. But like, and their art style is just so simple with just like that monotone black or monotone white. And
I don't even know who you talking.
I know you don't. I know you don't. But for the people that do know, they know. Yeah, it's very. If you ever seen like those like platform style boots that look like they're made for
Oh, like
basketball.
Doc Martens.
Yes, but no. Just think more like Bratz, like Bratz dolls' feet. Like you know how he's got those
Yeah,
crazy platform.
Spice Girls.
Yes, like that.
Okay,
But think
okay, okay. I got it.
emo, dark, alternative. That way. But yeah, any of those brands, um, anything. I guess Urban Outfitters. If I wanted to be basic about it.
It
Um,
seems like you're thinking more like fashion and stuff like that. Like, man,
yeah, I feel like mines would be more fashion wise or even like just brands for like museums themselves. Like
mhm,
the Brooklyn Museum here.
right.
I mean like I know when they did the cause exhibit, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so interested in this. But then I heard somebody was making a cause world, and I was just like, okay, maybe next time. but um, but yeah, I would definitely do something for the museums here in my neighborhood, branching out to other art installations. Um, yeah, mostly those.
Okay. So this is one thing that I learned a lot from like talking to different brands and uh, potential like company and stuff that want to like move into Horizon. Like they're super interested and stuff, but they don't see a way to connect, let's say, a pair of sneakers to their world and how they could benefit off of them having a world in in Horizon. I know what I would say. What would Angel the artist say to a potential client?
Well, I was actually asked by someone that was doing marketing for like clothing companies like Nike, Crocs, and all that. So I had built like basically this storefront, and essentially it was supposed to go on to have like interactives, and basically when you see those, not just regular department stores, but you know how when they make department stores that have like the whole experience side to it, like you get like, you can have like a photo op towards it, there's like all this stuff that you can do there besides just shop for clothing. I would put that basically in the metaverse. So you can basically do now that, especially with the achievements that we have now. So like finding these items and having the areas where you can take photos and putting mini games in there, having like the leaderboards, because you know people always want to be at the first page, the top of the leaderboard. So adding all that stuff in, and also providing information throughout the whole world just so that people can realize not only am I here to experience this, but I know where to go offline when I take off the headset, and where I can find this company and then also purchase the product that they're actually trying to sell as well.
Yeah. That's all of that is definitely good. Okay, so at some point, Horizon's going to have to connect like actual products to the platform where you could, click on a pair of shoes and order them and have them delivered, to your home and stuff like that. I think that would, I mean, that's gotta be the icing on the cake right there for any client that wants to move in, because it's
Mm-hmm.
essentially just uh, another website. Or
Right.
well, it's even more. It's better than a website. It's like having a store in the mall. And
Mm-hmm.
then we have malls inside of Horizon that I think are going to do. I think they're going to do wonderful. You know, um, Shout out to Wire Meta Mall. I know there's some other people that have malls and stuff. In there, but yo, if you got a mall that got different brands in there in the metaverse, and there's gonna be big companies that have whole worlds, and then there's gonna be smaller companies that may be like, I don't need a whole world. Maybe just I need a piece of a popular world. That's where I think the malls will come in, and then the businesses are just gonna promote each other at that point.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I know you're big on art and like, are we ever going to see like a angel like game type of experience or something like that?
So yeah, I'm actually working on a world. Hopefully I can get it out by Halloween, but it is a like thriller um team player game. So basically there's one side is the angels and one side is the demons, and it's essentially a game of freeze tag, capture the flag, mix thing.
Okay,
So
okay, yeah,
there will be a game.
yeah. I think for me, if you haven't noticed, I'm definitely like full on with the games right now. Like
Yeah, I see it.
I'm going like, because just like you were saying with like the stores and stuff like that, like even. It's not that, I got anything wrong in the beginning and stuff like that, because I believe that this whole time period right now is a learning experience. So, you know, there isn't really a game, a book that says, oh, these things work or these things don't, you know.
Mhm.
But I know that I'm starting to see, the games work, the leaderboards work, people wanting to achieve something, some reason to come back. Um,
Mhm.
but that doesn't mean that you have to just make a full on game world. You can shout out to Miss Rox Senior on here, and I was telling Miss Rox about Meta News, saying, okay, people can come here, see the station and stuff, but give them something to do. You know, give them something to do. Gamify the experience in some type of way, and that'll make it more of it'll gain higher retention
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. So yeah, so I'm excited to see that in all of that. Now I'm gonna ask you a couple more questions. Then we're gonna take some questions from some of the viewers. If someone was like, I know you saying like, and I know the answer, we probably heard it a bunch of times. I want to hear from you. So if someone, came across your page, seen what you do, and they were interested in getting started, what would you tell them, um, after get a headset, get in the Rising Worlds? What would you tell them?
So basically, you're talking about like starting a business, like going
Well,
that route.
they want to do what you do. They want to do what you do.
Well, I mean, like I said, before I even thought about it being a business, it was always about just figuring out the craft of like what the software was in Horizon. So as soon as I got in, it wasn't just like, oh, here it is, and then we figured out, created, and gradually got better. Like, as soon as I got in and figured out I could create the worlds,
Hmm.
that's what it was. Like, I was in there, like, just going in, just in tutorial mode for like a couple days, just figuring out every single tool that I could learn by myself anyway. So there were parts where I was looking at like the script section and I was just like, yeah, no, we're gonna learn that some other day. But like when it came to actually creating, I was just like, okay, and then you use this, and then okay, you snap this together. Okay, this is how you array. Like it was like just going in, going, just figuring out. And like I tell people all the time, like it wasn't even after figuring all that out, it was still just like oh my gosh, I've mastered a hobby. That's all it was. It wasn't until that museum came out and it was just like, why are these people buying this stuff so fast? And I was just like, it's a game. And then I just kept thinking like, well, how much money do I be spending on in-game items? Like more than I care to share. I'm not gonna expose that number. So
Yeah.
I was just like, this is something that I should be doing. I should be on the other side of the line instead of me spending all this money on game items. I should be getting people to spend their money on me. So that's what it was. And from there, it was just like build, put something out, get the feedback, either update that world or work on something new that'll cater to the new audience because builds in December aren't the same as builds now. Like things they wanted back then is not the same as what they want now. Like you gotta
Yeah.
keep moving with everybody. You can't just be like, I'm gonna continue to do this the whole entire time. Like if you pick one thing and that like in a broad subject, you gotta make sure that you're progressing in that one thing every single time. You're updating every single time. Like the same way we got iOS, whatever we on right now, we not staying on the same iOS, and it's the same thing with creating. Can't stay on the same skill level. You can't stay on the same mentality. Really, you just got to keep progressing, keep consistency. As JD says, got to be consistent. That's all it is.
Got to. I think like, let's see, Jay done told my me answer the same question. I think for me, if anybody on here and they, like I've had a lot of experience with like, building and doing graphics and stuff before I got in there. So I kind of went in with like a different mindset and different motivation. So if you like you went in and you didn't know what would you just went in me, I went in with like, yo, I'm gonna make money in here. You know what I'm saying? That's how I went in. That's how I still am. So you know, and now it's totally different than when I got in. when I first got in, everybody was like Angel, money. Hold on, what? He's charging people? Hold on, what? Hold on, he's making money? What? Why is he making money? I'm not making money. You know, and now it's everybody's trying to come up because everybody can
Right.
see now, like, okay, this shit is about to pop off.
Right.
So, like Jay Dunn said, man, I just was different. It was like a once in a lifetime. I mean, it was like I came in and shook it up. But I think, how do you feel about? Because I always and I've got one more question after this, but how do you feel about like I always tell people, you don't have to be a world builder. All right. How do you feel about that as far as for the future of Horizon? Like that statement saying that you don't have to be a world builder, you don't have to build worlds or script worlds, and you still can be successful in the metaverse. Do you believe that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are people who are completely successful as promoters, as the camera people. Like, shout out to Cheeks. I know Super does well. I know Drew does well. Like, they people want those type of people. You know how frustrating it is to spend so much time recording something and like your whole thing just conks out on you and you just like, I don't feel like editing this. I don't feel like doing nothing. They thrive off of doing that. So I'm like,
Right.
here, take my money, do this here. Like, there's plenty of people that are absolutely willing to spend money on not only camera work, editing work, promotion. There's plenty of things besides just building and scripting. We are not everything. Literally, we can be building our asses off. If we don't got that one person that follows everybody in Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
then it's only how far your thing is going. Because especially if you're one of those people who is just only in build mode, you don't have time to be social and make friends. So they be like, oh yeah, I'm coming to support and I'll bring my friends. It's just you in build mode. That's it. And you don't talk to nobody. You don't promote yourself. Nothing.
That's the thing, man. That's the thing, and I tell people, man, yo, you gonna be great. You gonna be great or the best at whatever you spend the most time doing. If you're doing everything, if you're doing the world building, you're doing the scripting, you're doing the video, you're doing all this, you're never gonna be the best at any of them because you spraying it up. But like a guy like Super, he's doing the video. That's all he's doing. Like he's gonna stand out because he's spending more time on that. Cheeks as well. If you feel comfortable about doing the video, be that person. Be that person at the top of your game. And like Angel said, everybody's not gonna make it. Everybody's not gonna make it. It's going to get real. It's going to be I think it's going to be easier to build. I mean, like on some like sim stuff, how you can just pick out a couch and y'all already see it happening. Pick out a home, pick out the furniture, just put it down. Most they gonna have to know how to do. Just a person just coming in. The most they gonna have to know how to do is rotate. And place it on the floor and like the lighting and all that stuff, they're gonna be able to buy lamps. They're gonna be able to get all of this stuff. All right, I'm feel strongly about that. I think the time that we're putting in,
Whole buildings, yes.
yeah, the time that we're putting in is making us experts of the space. We're talking about literally millions of people possibly being in here before the end of the year. And I mean, how many top builders would you say? And we could just say black top builders. Would you say? Yeah, loosely. Would you say 20? Would you say more than 20? Would you say less than 20? Would you say 100? Like solid, and we could say the whole horizon. how many solid builders are really in Horizon right now?
I want to say it's like it is closer to like 100, over 100 maybe. The problem is that either one, nobody knows them, or they just not they're not marketing themselves. Like there's plenty of people who I've seen, like I had to see their worlds like real late because I didn't have any way of knowing who they were unless they were like one of those people who are social, just showing off and world hopping with people and also suggesting their world. Like, and after a while, I was just steady in build mode too, or at a Junjo event. So it was just like, I didn't have that outreach if they weren't on Instagram to be like, hey, you need to come see this world. And that happened a lot with art worlds. So it'd be like, I'm missing a lot of like great sculptors because they don't market themselves on Instagram. And
Right.
that sucks.
Right. Yeah, it's yeah. I mean
Nah, they ain't going
the content, I mean you gotta I mean it's a hey man, it's dog world, man. You know what I'm saying? I guess, I I think I, kind of got a reputation for being selfish and put myself first and stuff like that. But like I always say, man, there's a time limit on this stuff. There's a time limit on this. People are coming in. More creators are coming in. You got to get as far as you can now. This is the time. This is the time. I got my boy. He told me, yeah, I'm gonna get one this Christmas. Oh my god! Like, dude, if you think you about to come in here during Christmas and make any noise, you're gonna have to spend a lot of money to make some noise. And I think right now we're paying with time. We're paying and investing with time. I want to take some questions. Um, that's cool. Take some questions from the peoples.
Yes, sure. Let's do it.
All right, you guys. We're gonna take some questions from the audience. Y'all just put the questions. Hold on. Oh, y'all can take actually y'all can ask a question. It's a question button on here. Y'all know I don't know what I'm doing right now, so and if you want to come on the screen, you can definitely do that. We can do 3 people on here.
You could do up to four people.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see. Y'all get your questions, guys. I'm gonna ask her just a little personal question. What does Angel like to do when she's not in the headset?
Angel likes to either sleep or bond with her family, which consists of smoking, and think about what I'm going to do in headset.
Okay. What is your favorite world in Horizon other than your own? Or you could do like top 3. Oh, I can't hear you. I think you're like okay. I think you're
Oh,
like blocked.
you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. For sure, um, the Yin and Yang world by Eltram with the dragons. Every time I go in there, I just freeze. So yeah, that one. Um, this is really hard. I'm being put on the spot. Oh gosh. Oh, I don't like this.
World.
Hmm? Yeah, that would not be top. I'm sorry. I appreciate it. I appreciate it because I met a lot of my day one friends in there. So I like that. I definitely like that.
We're gonna have a reunion. We'll have a reunion for the end of the year.
Should definitely do that.
All right, two
That
more, two more. You said Elchum ain't gotta
two
be in
more,
no
two
order or
more.
nothing.
Okay.
Well, you can't
Um,
actually no world that you are a creator on, like period. Like you didn't do anything in the world.
uh, I can't even say that world because it's not
Yeah, I
even.
better be thinking of some questions while she thinking.
um,
The plaza.
no, not the plaza. I don't think I even been to the plaza this year. Not on purpose, anyway. Mm, mm, I don't. I really enjoy that game before it broke with the it was like soccer slash Rocket League slash
It broke? How did it break?
Spike Ball was like glitching out, and it there we go Spike Ball. I don't know why it just came to me in that way,
Spike?
but yeah, Spike Ball. That's yeah, I love Spike
Okay.
Ball. I like Spike Ball.
I don't think I ever been to that one.
That
All
was one
right.
of
You got
the
me.
spring trees. Um, what else? There was a world that made me cry, and I can't remember what that was now. 'Cause my memory is so terrible. Oh my God, this is gonna kill me. This is gonna be.
You want to come back? You want to come back to it?
Yeah, I'll have a third one. It'll
All right.
be there.
Nobody else is asking any questions. But what about three other VR apps outside of Horizon?
VR chat.
That
Um,
that quick.
VR chat. VR chat. Let me stop. I like what you said. VR game, like VR apps, like even games, or like Metaverse VR.
Metaverse VR.
Okay, so then I do
Well,
appreciate.
any app inside of the Quest.
Okay, so in that case, that changes things. Um, so then the next pick would be Juan's Alliance, because I'm a nerd. And this game is basically like it's kind of like what's one of those games in Call of Duty? Is it Demolition? I think it might be like Demolition. I'm not sure, but it's basically like you have wands and then you gotta like put a bomb. It sounds so dumb. It's a fun game. I really enjoy it because I got a wand and that means I have magic powers and stuff.
Okay.
I really love that game. So that would be the next one. And then VR chat. Oh wait, that was the first one. Okay, so then alt space.
Oh, okay. All space. All right.
Don't care for the avatars, but I really do appreciate the work of the what the builders do, like the creators. So yeah.
Okay. All right. We got a question. We got a couple questions. We got questions from and if you guys can submit the questions to the questions thing on the bottom. We got a question from Joy Rain. If Meta shut down Horizon, what platform would you be involved in / invest in, and why? This question is for both of you. For you both.
Absolutely VR chat.
Why?
Um, somebody was willing to pay over $500 for an avatar. Something that I wanted to start working in when I go to VR chat. So seems like there is money over there, and plus I'm over there, so that'd be the first
VR
one.
chat. I'm going to VR chat. I'm following Angel to VR chat. You better believe it. She in. You know, before Horizon, and I seen the Connect last year. I didn't know anything about like VR or anything. Like I didn't. Like I literally only go on Horizon. Like I don't play anything else. I think Jay Dunn had took me over to Golf Plus, and I was like, "Yo, this is crazy!" Like, yo, they got a whole Top Golf in here, and you can watch the YouTube on the wall.
Yep.
Then and then, I've been to alt chat and VR chat, but I always compare it to Horizon. Um, there's all this there's a lot of other stuff out there in VR that I didn't know about. But for me, it's I would say Horizon. No, well, if Horizon shut down, then I would have to pick something else. Um, I I don't know, man. Probably VR chat or alt space or one of them.
Yeah.
Because I like to build experiences, and I believe that people are going. I think people are going to start spending a lot more time in the house. And as you know, most people on this call know, like when you're in there, it really feels like you're outside, like you're with people. Like it really feels like that. So any other platform that'll give me that feeling, that's what I would do. All right, we got a question. What's What's the most valuable skill you've learned in Horizon over the past 3 months?
Some more scripting. I would say, like, I had no coding experience whatsoever coming into Horizon, so anything I learned regarding scripting was new for me, and it was valuable. So, like, I know VidU like paved the way and everything, but once they came out with updates, it was things you just had to figure out on your own. It was like new code blocks, everything was coming in. It was just like I was confused, and I had to figure it out. I had to ask for help. Um, so yeah, anything with scripting, that was definitely.
Yeah, I think same for me. Like you know, I've been telling people to get in the metaverse, since December. I've been telling people to learn how to build, like learn how to do all these things. I was telling people to learn how to script before I even really started learning how to script. I was just paying for them. Like I was like, and I know I paid for some stuff in the video bundle, but I didn't care. I just wanted to get it done and stuff. But lately, I've been, so hard into scripting because I realize how important it is, and how much more or how better of an experience a world could be with scripts, with a solid script. So um, I would say that's the most important. Not the putting the music in Horizon or anything like that, but I would say that's the most important for me too. All right, we got another question. Never been in the metaverse. Is the best way to okay. I guess you meant to say okay. Never been in the metaverse. What's the best way to monetize building worlds for clients?
Basically anything that involves interactives, anything that'll actually make people want to stay in the world. Like you said, people love something to do. People love being able to beat something, be able to see their name on the leaderboard. That it all involves with interacting with something. So definitely get into interactives.
Yeah, yeah, say that, and also reward your visitors with maybe a promo code or some type of incentive for them coming to your world or spending time in your world. You know, I would say like a Fashion Nova had a world. If you spend an hour in Fashion Nova world, you get 20% off. Or if you do something like that, and you have certain amount of times to win it, a week, and there's a scheduled consultation with me if you're interested. What advice would you give yourself if you could go back and ran into Angel on day one of her coming to her writing? She wouldn't listen to herself.
I probably wouldn't, but I would be like, do exactly what you're doing. Stay in build mode. Keep going in build mode. If you ever feel like, nah, I would tell her to stay in build mode even after all the gains and temptations, because there were some times that I slipped up and
But you got to tell yourself like a way that only you would know that it's you telling you from the future. Because you're going to be like, what are you talking about? Like, yo, this person crazy.
I would say sorry. I would just say, if you absolutely want to succeed, then you absolutely need to continue to build. Absolutely stay in build mode.
Right.
And keep saying absolutely. And they will definitely understand. Because
Yeah. Yeah, like Jay Dunn said, Hardy West would tell Hardy West spades, just do spades. I was trying to do spades since February. It's just like the descriptors weren't there, and I mean, I was saying it back in December. I was like, damn man, I wish we could play spades in here. That's why it's such a huge thing to me, like that I actually pulled it off and everything. It was huge. But if I really could go back, I would definitely tell myself to learn scripting. The only thing that I would say about scripting, and I don't know if you agree with me, Angel, is that like after seeing it after seeing it so many times and messing around with it, like I did just have like that moment of like understanding and really things just started lining up for me, as far as what do what. It's all about repetition and consistency and just trying time after time again to get it right. And then looking into scripts and stuff like that too. I would say the way, and nothing against Vidju or anything like that, but the way that he scripts is kind of it's kind of complicated. And it's hard to follow him on YouTube. I promise you. And like I said, I'm not saying anything bad about him because it don't matter how you script it as long as it works. Bill Production that did Spades, like I've seen him take a video script and break it down like by half or maybe even more. And that's kind of how I've been learning, like just looking at the scripts and stuff. Because there's simpler ways to get things done with these lists. Now we can add things to lists, take them out of lists, and really, set up different player persistent variables and stuff like that. Like it's it, it's getting very important to learn how to script. Like you really need to. Um, so I know you said that you were planning on building a game world. What else? I mean, can we expect from Angel in 2022?
Before this year goes out, I am going to be going into a speed run of art worlds, art installations. So basically, the one that I just put out, our safe space, talks about my diagnosis of DID, and that's just one of a list of diagnosis, and I'm just gonna get everything out there, and there's gonna be an art installation for each one, and I hope to get them all out before this year is up. So
Yeah. Now, if I didn't go to that world, I wouldn't know what DID is. So if you want to, you don't have to talk about say anything about the world because I do want people to check it out. But can you explain what that is?
so DID is dissociative identity disorder. It used to be called MSP, which is multiple split personality something. But it was the wrong, like, obviously the wording was insensitive and they didn't really understand what it was and all that stuff. So they renamed it DID. So basically, after some sort of trauma event, the brain basically splits your personalities into different alters or IDs or personalities, or whatever you want to like nickname it. So yeah, so I have documented. I have two, which it speaks on in the world, and also of other things, and kind of just gives you information on not only somewhat of like a touch of what DID is, but also more so opening up about me and surrounding me with art, and so people feel comfortable, but also feel the emotion of everything.
Yeah, like when I and I actually have I have a YouTube video of it. And on my YouTube, I'm not promoting my YouTube. Hold up, one second. But I have a YouTube video on Hardy West. I think it's my YouTube channel. Go subscribe, and y'all can see a video of me actually going in there. Angel happened to be in there, and there's actually a little surprise in there where it's like a secret duck off place that anybody can get to. But you gotta go there and find it. It's called it's in our safe space in Horizon Worlds. If you don't have a headset, you definitely can watch the video on YouTube on my YouTube channel. But I think like you will see my reaction on the video. Like when I went in there, I just was like quiet, like I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I think I think I don't know if that was the reaction you were trying to get, but I think just getting any reaction is a good thing. Because me, I know if I'm quick to talk, then it's probably not the best. But yeah, it was it made me want to read it and stuff like that. And yeah, I think it was super dope. So yeah, definitely check that out. All right, I'm gonna take one more question. I think we got all right. So this is talking about the new headset. We got V-Roll for the 9. Y'all getting a new headset or y'all sticking to the OG or with the OG?
Definitely getting a new headset. Absolutely. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it. Like I said, man, I'm more of a creative, you know. I'm the type of person to be like, yo, if it's possible, like I don't know, like if I've made masterpieces with this pen, why would I want to jump to another pen? If I get it, it won't be for I don't know. Probably won't be the same for the same reasons as everybody else, but I'm thinking about it. But no rush for me. Definitely no rush.
Now I'm obsessed. I want it. Want the next toy. I want the next new shiny thing. I need it.
Yes. Yeah. I feel it. I feel it. Before we get off, you want to promote anything, shout anybody out? Got anything going on tonight? Talk to people.
Just go see our safe space if you want to know more about me and DIG. And I will not be anywhere but build mode. Maybe build mode. If not, I'll be hiding somewhere under the covers. That's it. Ding.
All right, Angel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking time out your day to get on here and everything. Make sure y'all go see the safe space, and I should have this interview uploaded soon. All right. If not tonight, definitely tomorrow. All right. Thank you again, Angel.
Thank you.
All right. Peace.